Hello everyone, welcome to today's live. My name is Laura Mason for those of you who don't know me, and today I'm going to be offering you an energy clearing to clear away the subconscious blockages that's preventing you from attracting your ideal client. So in order to receive the clearing, simply say yes and you will receive it. So we're just going to give people a couple of moments to join before we get started. So let me know where you're all joining me from. Hi Trinity, nice to see you. Hi Lisa. So guys, before we get started, please do share this video with anyone who would benefit. So as I mentioned, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be clearing away the blockages that are preventing you from magnetizing your ideal client to you. Hello Amelia again. Hi Mila, nice to see you. Hello everyone. So first of all, I'm curious to know, are you aware of what blockages you have in regards to clients? And if you are, I'd love to know, because this will help me with the clearings. So often we consciously ask the universe to bring us clients, yet on a subconscious level, we are blocking it. And this can be for many different reasons. So some of the common reasons I have found is that people don't really value themselves and what they have to offer. And what they often do then is they often attract people who don't value them and their services. And often they find themselves working with clients who are a bit tiring. So on some level, they're not really wanting to work with clients. Another thing that can block you is where you fear saying no to clients, so you have no or unhealthy boundaries with them, so you unconsciously block them as a way to have space. And another thing I've noticed is people can get very affected by the energy of competition. So to avoid the negativity that might be associated with competition, excuse me, they unconsciously hide. So they put an invisible psychic cloak over themselves, or they hide themselves in some other way. And there's many other things that I've come across. So I'm just looking at your comments here. So if you know what your blockages are, please let me know. And I also have another question for you. So I'd like you to imagine that you could just attract clients just by asking and they show up. Let's imagine that you attract loads and loads of clients and your business gets bigger and bigger. And a lot of people are telling people about you, you're getting a lot of referrals, you're getting a lot of attention. What is that like for you? Is it comfortable or is it uncomfortable? So please do let me know. Okay, Amelia says, I feel obligated to go beyond to help them heal. So what does that mean? What does it look like? And if you don't, what then? So the truth is, it can be really easy to attract clients. All you have to do is ask the universe and they can show up. Yet our energy and our belief systems can block us from actually magnetizing the type of clients that we would like to have. So our reality, including our business reality, is created based on the belief systems that we have. So if you're not attracting clients or the types of clients that you'd like to have, what you need to do is you need to look at what your beliefs are, clear them out, clear the energy out, and that will align you with the energy of ease so that you can actually just magnetize them to you by asking. So there's a couple of other things that can be really useful in terms of growing your healing business, and that is just having the awareness of what is required for you to do, because sometimes action is required. it's not really realistic to ask the universe to bring clients and you have no way whatsoever, for example, for the clients to get to you. You at least need to have a business card, a website, some way for them to get to you. So sometimes action is required. So what I'd like to do first of all is I'd like to unblock your channels so that you know what action is required in every moment for you to magnetize your ideal clients to you. And we're just going to clear out all of the blockages that don't allow you to live your life from that and your intuition. When we are living our life from a space of survival, it can be very hard for us to be in tune with our intuition. When we have a lot of emotions, we're feeling a lot, it's something that is not in the energy, it's not in alignment with the energy of your intuition, so it literally blocks it. So how about we clear out all of the survival energy that's blocking you from having clear awareness in regards to what action is required for you to grow your business. So some of you have limited perspectives about clients. So when we have a perception or a belief system about something, it does not allow us to see what else is possible. And what I'm picking up is that some of you have ideas about what types of clients are available, who is available, and there are limitations in regards to this. So you're not fully seeing the amount of clients that are actually available to you because you have belief systems that block you from being able to perceive the infinite possibilities. So can we release that and bring in the higher truth about all of the clients that are actually available to you? And as I say that, I'm also picking up that some of you have a belief that you can only see clients in your country or your area. And if you have that belief, it's something that can really limit you. The truth is that you can actually attract clients worldwide. So let's show you that. And you know, as I bring that download through, what I'm perceiving is there's a little bit of overwhelm coming up. And you know, often what we do is if we have a feeling of being overwhelmed by clients, what we do is we just block them so that we don't have to be in a position where it feels too much for us. So the overwhelm could be feeling like you have to do everything yourself. But the truth is that there's many people out there who have many strengths that you can draw upon to grow your business. So there's an infinite supply of support out there. So would you like to be aligned with the higher truth about all of the support that's actually out there for you? And now there's also an energy coming through of feeling like you can't trust people. But there are people that you can trust. There are people that you can rely on to help you grow your business. When we have a belief system that we can't trust people, that often comes from a past experience or a group of experiences. But just because you've had that experience in the past, it doesn't mean that you have to have it in the future. When you can let go of the belief that you can't trust people, it can actually allow you to see and perceive all of the people that you can trust, and it can also allow them to. We have learned a certain lesson through not being able to trust people. It could be that it was teaching us to rely on ourselves. It could be that it was teaching us to tap into our inner strength. So let's show you that you can tap into your inner strength and that you can trust yourself and that you can know that without holding on to the old limitations. And anything else that your soul wanted to learn that you didn't quite learn, how about we actually just bring that forward to your conscious awareness and ask for that to come to you at the right time. It might come now, it might come later, it might come through a dream. And let's ask that that lesson be integrated so that whatever is required in order for that to be integrated and for you to live your life with that lesson from the space of that knowing, that learning to be done now, and everything in the way of that being the case, we're just going to bring in a specific frequency that is going to release all of that for you. Okay, I'm going to look at your comments. Loads of comments. So a few threads here that are common. Jay says, I fear of being judged for being skyrocketing. So what if you are judged? What if you're judged for that? What kind of judgment might you come across, and what is that like for you? What does it bring up for you? And Roxana says, I have struggled with competition in many areas of my life, not only with my clients. Yeah, and you know, when we have belief systems about competition, it can affect all areas of our life. And it often doesn't start with business, but it filters through to business. Competition and beliefs associated with competition can come from many places. It can be old belief systems associated with survival, where we had to compete to survive. It could also be our younger childhood experiences where we weren't seen, we weren't acknowledged. So based on that, we form beliefs like other people are better than me, I'm not enough. And they are the types of belief systems that can keep you caught in the energy of competition. The higher truth is that competition doesn't exist, because each and every one of you are unique. Each and every one of you have unique abilities. So can we align you with that truth, that you can see, know, perceive all of your abilities, that you have the higher truth about this and you can embrace it. The other thing is when you grow up in an environment where you're not acknowledged and you're not seen, you learn not to be able to see your greatness. You can't see the good qualities about you. You can't see your gifts. So let's show you that you can see them, that you know what that looks like. You know that that's possible. And anywhere you were criticized and you took that on as true, can we just clear that? Because often when we receive a lot of criticism, we actually form a belief that other people's criticisms of us are true, or other people's perceptions of us are true. And often what we find ourselves doing is try and change their perception of us so that they can see us, so that we feel safe. But you don't have to change anyone's perception of you if you know who you truly are and you actually do feel safe. So let's just clear out all the energies from where you were criticized. Let's just rinse it all out, and let's show you that you see yourself, you see your abilities, your gifts, your talents, that you can receive them, and that you can do that without being judged, without being shamed, without feeling selfish, wrong, or egotistical, or without feeling like it hurts others, because none of that's actually true. That they're common feelings that we have that can actually block us from being able to receive our gifts and our abilities. If you can't receive your own abilities, often what you do is you attract people in who don't value you. And when you're working in this kind of industry, if you're constantly attracting that in, it can become really tiring and exhausting. But when you go within and you learn how to value yourself and see yourself, what will happen is your external reality, including your business, will start to reflect that, and your clients will start to reflect that. So would you like to know what it is to have clients who value you and your services? And can we actually just wake them up now and ask them to come to you? Okay, so Jay says, I will lose my network. I know I can create a healthy inner circle. Guess there's a little apprehension there, that's everything will change if I'm more successful. Okay, so if you lose them, what then? So often we have this perception, if we have success or whatever it is that we'd like to have, that we're going to lose someone or something. That can be a belief. It may not be true. That belief may come from some experience in the past where you had something similar happen, or you observed it from someone around you. However, it doesn't mean that that's going to be the case in the future. When you clear that belief, it can allow you to see what is possible. But the thing is if you're in that space of trying to hold on to people, what you'll do is you'll keep yourself smaller within your business and in your life, so that you can maintain the connections, because you're afraid of losing them. So you need to actually look beyond that, and you need to look at what would happen if I did lose them. So if something comes to mind there, Jay, let me know. So then also what can happen is we form these ideas about other people and ourselves when we're not seen. And this can often occur with children, where one child receives more attention and is seen, but the other child isn't. What can occur is the child who isn't seen, they form a belief that other people are better than me. So that's the thing that can keep them in the energy of competition. But the truth is that's not true. So let's look at all of the belief systems that you formed based on these experiences that are actually limiting you, that are keeping you stuck in that energy of competition. And let's look at actually shifting them out. But there may be a lesson in that. So what would the lesson be? For some of you, it might be to actually see yourself and embrace yourself, and to actually see that we all have abilities and we're all unique, and to appreciate other people's gifts. These are some of the things that are coming to mind. So would you like to know that you can appreciate your gifts and other people's and celebrate them, and that you can recognize your uniqueness and their uniqueness, and that you can do that without holding on to the energy of competition or any of the old beliefs? So if you'd like that, say yes. Okay, so Amelia says, it feels like that's what I'm supposed to do in my life. I'm not important and others are more important. So what if you don't do that? What if you don't meet those expectations then? What then? Okay, so then if you're lonely, Jay, what then? What's the worst thing about being alone? And where is that feeling of loneliness coming from? The higher truth is you can never be alone, because you're actually part of the energy of the universe. So can we align you with that truth? Okay, so then the idea is it's lonely at the top. So there may be a belief, if I reach the level of success that I want, I'm going to be alone. But where does that come from? Is that something you witnessed? Is it something you've seen? Was that something that you observed in your family or somewhere else when you were younger? Okay, so another one then, Sylvia says, the pandemic restrictions are very annoying and people are scared to come out to healing places. Okay, so first of all, can we release that? And second of all, would you like to know all the ways that you can actually work with clients whilst online? And would you like to have the awareness of what else is possible here that you may not have actually considered in terms of actually being able to work with clients? The other thing is this energy where we try to hide. This is something that can allow us to get caught up in the collective energy of other people. So that could be the collective energy as a whole in general. It could be the collective energy of your peer group, the collective energy of some kind of healing work you're involved in. And part of the unconscious reason that we actually get affected by that is so that we can hide. Or it can be that we create struggle to avoid being seen, because we have an association with being seen as being punished, being judged, being isolated, being left alone. So rather than have those things happen, we create the struggle so that we can feel comfortable, because then it leads to connections. But let's show you that let's clear the idea that if you achieve the level of success that you'd like to achieve, you're going to lose people. These ideas come from different places, different times, and often we see through a perception of when we were very young. And in those moments, it looks like there's only two options available. So either you can have it all, and you can have all the success that you'd like to have and lose everyone, or you can have no success and get to keep everyone. But actually there's more possibilities available. So can we actually just give you a new menu of options so that you can actually see what else is possible and what else is available? And would you like to release all of the places that you're getting affected by the energy of the pandemic, the the fear, the worry, everything? Would you like to all just let it go now? Would you like to recognize the difference between your energies, your perceptions, what's going on for you and what's going on for others, and that you recognize where your energy begins and where it ends, and that you can actually just release anything that's not yours? And so let's imagine then, if you are not struggling in these times and you start to create more and more success, and a lot of the people around you are struggling, what might that be like for you? Is that uncomfortable for you? And if it is, why is that? Hello, Jasna. Okay, Jay, so if something comes up in regards to where it comes from, let me know. Okay, so I will not fulfill my purpose, Amelia. So what is your purpose? So what have you defined as your purpose? What have you all defined as your purpose that you're all holding on to, that's actually limiting you, that's not allowing you to achieve the success that you would like to have? I'm going back to look at your other comment, Amelia. I feel obligated to help. Yeah, so where did you learn that you were the helper? You know, we often learn a lot of roles in our family of what we're supposed to do, and we often take these out into the world with us. You know, many of us learn to be the caretaker. That might be taking care of people emotionally or in some other way. And then what we do is we learn that that's who we are, but actually that's not who you are. So would you like to know the difference between who you are and the roles that you've been playing? And when we play these roles, often what happens is although we don't like them on some level we want to hold on to them, because we feel like if we let go of them, we're going to lose who we are. And there can also be some benefits to holding on to these roles. Maybe that's the way some of you are seen. You're acknowledged. So then on some level you want to hold on to it. But let's align you with the knowing that you can be seen, acknowledged, you can belong without having to play any old roles. So let's clear the belief that without these roles you'll have nothing, or you'll be no one. And let's show you the truth about that, and let's show you that you know who you are, and let's just work on you so that we can actually allow you to have a healthy, strong self-esteem and accurate perception of yourself. Okay, so I'm looking at some of your comments. So I'm going well, and I've seen people commenting negatively about people doing well. Okay, so let's imagine that you're all doing great, but there's loads of people around you struggling. What then? I'll be sad because I have more than others. Okay, and what's the worst thing about having more than others? People will get jealous, and what happens if they get jealous? This is one of the things that we really fear. We fear other people's reactions to us. It might be that they're going to get jealous, they're going to get angry, they're going to withdraw, or they're going to judge us, or something else. So to avoid that, we actually keep ourselves smaller. It could be that they're going to get angry and they're going to react or become jealous, but it may not be the case, because these ideas may just be coming from your past experiences. And then, of course, you know, when you have these ideas, often that's what you draw to you. When you let go of them, you can actually draw something else to you. And when you let go of those beliefs as well, what you'll do is you'll get to a point where you can't be affected by it. So even if people do direct that type of energy at you, it doesn't affect you, because your vibration shifts. So if people are jealous, they react, they look at you negatively, they make negative comments, what then? Some of you associate that with conflict. So is it the conflict that you're trying to avoid? How many of you have experienced a lot of conflict and you're tired of it and you don't want any more of it? So you've decided it's just easier to stay small. How many of you have the belief that conflict always leads to confrontation, which doesn't necessarily happen? So can we release that now? And you know, the other thing that can keep you in that space of avoiding the conflict is where you're holding on to old feelings of feeling powerless. So it's a fear of experiencing conflict that might lead you into confrontation. And the fear can be, I can't handle it because I'm powerless and they're more powerful than me. So rather than put myself into a situation that seems dangerous, I'm just going to stay small because then at least I feel safe. But the truth is you're not powerless. You may have had experiences where you felt powerless, but you're not powerless. The higher truth is that you have a lot of power. So let's go back to all of those places that you felt powerless. Sometimes what can happen is we can energetically get frozen in them. So let's just undo, unwind, shift, transform, whatever we need to do there, so that you recognize that they're finished, they're over. And we're going to release all the feelings of feeling powerless, of feeling helpless, and we're going to show you that you recognize your true power and you can stand in your power. And all the places where you felt like you couldn't cope, we're going to release that now. And we're going to do a healing on your nervous system. Often we will fear other people's believe that they're bigger than us, they're more powerful than us, but they're not. And that often comes from a childhood perception where we've had an experience with people around us who may have acted out their emotions. So based on the perception that you actually formed when you were a child, you have a belief that their emotion has power to destroy me, has power to hurt me, but that's not the truth. So we're going to actually shift that out. And we're going to look at what you may have been learning there. So for some of you, you might have been learning, and if you have the learning, you can let me know, to actually be able to communicate your feelings or communicate what's going on for you in a clear, direct way. So would you like to know that you can do that, and that you can do it in a calm way without holding on to that energy of feeling like other people's energies can destroy you? And we're just going to show you the truth about your present reality and show you the truth that you're part of this creative energy. So you actually have the ability and the capacity to create and generate anything. So some of you are saying abandonment. So to be abandoned, what then? Abandoned, what's the worst thing about that, or the worst fear you have in regards to what might happen? Because really, when you have that fear of being abandoned, what you do in a way is you often abandon yourself, because you do what's expected of you in order to avoid the abandonment, but you abandon what you truly would like to have and create. Would you like to know what it is to have people around you who can celebrate your success, who lift you up, and to know that that's possible? And would you like to release all negativity? And would you like to have the confidence to shine and to know that your business can grow and grow and grow and grow, and you can shine brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter? Because when you have these fears of other people's reactions, the fear of it's actually controlling you, and it's influencing what shows up in your life and your business, because you fear how they're going to react. So then you make a choice to avoid their reaction. So that's really giving their reaction, their emotion, more power than you, and you're being controlled by your environment rather than having a sense of knowing that actually you are connected to everything and you have massive power within you and you have the ability to create and generate anything. Hi, Barbara. So let's just give you whatever you need to know about that. so that you can actually live without being controlled by other people's fears and their reactions. And you know, I'm seeing some of you have a belief, I have to control other people's reactions. And that may have been something that really helped you in the past. If you were dealing with somebody who was quite volatile and you never really knew what was coming next, they were really unpredictable. One of the ways that you may have actually coped and survived in that situation was to try and understand what was coming next and to try and control their reaction and how they are. And if you could do that, you could feel safe. But that's not something that's necessary anymore, because you're in charge of your own life now. So can we align you with the truth that you are in charge of your own life? And anyone who had control over you in the past, can we show you that it's finished and it's over, and can we lift that control off? And that you can feel safe, secure, thrive and grow without perceptions, their behaviors and their reactions. So everything that you expect and project will happen if you attract the type of business that you'd like to attract, and attract the clients that you would like to have. That actually is just a projection and not a truth. Would you like to let it go? Would you like to know the difference between truth and projection, and all of the projections that you have and all the fear that you've been projecting onto your client and other people? Would you like to release them all now? Okay guys, how are you all doing? Sylvia says, I love to control everything around me. There's nothing wrong with liking to be in control. The thing is if you feel like you have to be in control, that's something that can limit you, because when you have that idea, I have to be in control of everything, you don't allow things to come into your life and your universe that don't match your control. So you might ask the universe, hey universe, I would like to create this in my business. And the universe responds to us through other people. You know, often when we ask the universe to bring us whatever we're asking for, it may not show up in the way that you think it's going to show up. And you need to pay attention to the intuitions that come in after you've actually manifested things, because when you do the manifestation process, often what will happen is you'll start to get intuitive insights about what is required next in order for that thing that you would like to have show up. So you have to pay attention. What can also happen is the universe presents the possibilities through other people. But if you have to control everything that does not match that level of control, you don't let in. So that someone might come to you, but because you have all this control going on, you don't let them in. And that might have been the universe trying to deliver what it is that you're asking for. So it's about looking at, if I didn't have the control, what then? So again, there's nothing wrong with liking to be in control, but when you're coming from a space of I have to be in control, whenever you feel like you have to do something, you're actually living from a space where it doesn't feel like a choice. And often we feel like we need where we felt out of control at one point. So what we do is we try to control so that we don't feel out of control. But where you can go back and look at all the places that you felt out of control and resolve that, that's something that can actually change the energy around that. So would you like the truth about all the clients that are out there for you? Can we now wake them up and ask them to come to you? Can we ask for information to consistently come through in regards to what is required for you to manifest the clients that you would like to have in your life? And anywhere you've been picking up on other people's feelings, thoughts, fears, worries about business that isn't even yours, would you like to let it go? And would you like to know what is true for you and your business? And would you like to know that you can create your business now in this environment? Would you like to know everything that is required in order for you to create the level of success and beyond that in this environment? Okay. Okay. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining. I am going to be offering a 3-part webinar series next week starting on Thursday. It's called Magnetizing Your Ideal Clients to You. It's a 3-part webinar clearing series. So we're going to be looking at different topics on each webinar, and I'm going to be doing constant clearing on it. So you'll be able to put yourself forward to get personal facilitation on it, and the whole group will actually receive the clearings. We are going to be covering a number of different topics, including competition. Let's have a look. What have I got? Competition, not valuing yourself, being affected by collective energy, looking at all the places that you're trying to hide, or you are hiding from your clients. We're also going to be looking at all the places in regards to where you feel like you need to be perfect, that might be blocking clients from coming to you, or where you're only allowing certain clients in. So what I have found is people will often only allow certain types of clients in, and that can come from a space of fear. So for example, you know, people can often project their feelings towards their parents, their family, or others onto their clients, and they can expect people to be like their, you know, people in their life. So what they do is they push them away, and they control everything, so they'll only allow certain types of clients in. So anyone who does not match that definition of the perfect client, they push out. So we're going to be looking at that, and we're going to be looking at clearing out the energy of battle and struggle in regards to your business and clients. And we're going to be giving you tools to attract clients into your life. We're going to be doing a lot of energetic work. So we're going to be changing your energy so that your energy is congruent with attracting your ideal client. And we're going to be doing much, much more. And you can work on any topic in regards to clients that you'd like to, you can request facilitation in regards to any topic as well. Okay, so I'm going to share the link below. Thank you very much for joining me once again, and have a great weekend and happy Halloween. Bye for now.